So, you're the new guy. How long have you been fighting crime for?
So basically, what happened is I didn't know I have superpower. Okay, and
What is the superpower? What have you got?
should I tell them or what's the?
Do you think they know what it is?
It's not yet. I don't think you guys are ready for the superpower. But I have to say it's the real thing. It's not fake. It's not it's physics. It's real science, real technology, real chemistry, chemical engineering. The whole thing. Okay.
They're gonna have to read the comic book for sure, and also watch the show.
I agree. You're asking too specific question, brother. This is too much. Slow down.
I'll give you a hint. It's called quantum locking, okay?
Any engineers in the building? We have a whole bunch of brown people in here. Anybody know what quantum locking is? Anybody? Wow, I thought the brown people in the UK are. I guess the American brown people are a little bit smarter than you, huh? Okay.
Yeah, a room full of brown people and they've got the only white guy in here. It's coming out. So, tell me about this comic. Is it out now? Are we ready to read it?
Yeah, you know, should we?
Yeah.
It's a little bit hard to talk inside of this mask here.
Hey, take it.
We're back. Hello. Sorry about that, guys.
Wow.
Yeah. See, it doesn't really look as cool.
It's not very easy to talk about So no, thank you so much, guys, for having us. We really appreciate you coming down as well. Actually, this is a really exciting project that we've been doing now for about a year and a half. Have you guys seen the trailer yet? You saw it already?
Oh, actually.
Okay, yeah, that's what we should have done for. Yeah. Okay. We never ever do anything cold like this. We always tell people, look, if you want to hear or learn about this idea, you got to see what we created, because what we created is very special, very magical in some ways. It actually tells you the entire idea in about 3 minutes, the style, the concept, the quality. So maybe if we just turn our attention to this over here and we can check it out, you guys get an idea. Maybe big and large volume.
For the first time in my life.
You are a superhero. I knew it the day I found you.
Did you just save my life?
Yes. Are you okay?
I don't know.
Get your hands off my wife, hey! You don't touch her! Think you're focusing on Magneto costume from the baby cat? Can you please tell him?
I don't know who this is. He's such a creep.
Come here,
He's
come here.
touching me.
You are a Crestar, bitch! We can be so much better. You want to be better? You want to be bigger?
I think so.
What's turn, Vivek?
What's the barbecue?
Vivek.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Barbecue. It's barbecue. It's a barbecue. Barbecue.
Vivek sauce.
You would be seeing him all your life, just like him.
Come on, man, let's go! I'm hungry!
You've got some serious issues. Hold on to your chuddies.
Thank you so much.
I am Crestar. to see the show, share the trailer.
And don't forget to hashtag in Crestar and deny the Stallion.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much.
My request to you is if you could all, when you get a chance, go to YouTube and rewatch that trailer with good audio, because the visuals were off here. It looks more like a soap opera, but when you look at it on the actual thing, when it's set properly, it looks like an amazing kind of Marvel movie type thing. So rewatch it with good audio and you'll understand. So it's got a lot of comedy, a lot of sort of, it's an action adventure with a lot of comedy and a lot of heart and soul, but very authentic to sort of our backgrounds as well. So you're seeing kind of like the first Arabic Desi superhero duo being done. And it went really, it went quite viral when we released it about a year ago.
So did you guys like it? You guys enjoy it? It's like a fresh new take, man. It's been too long now where we don't have something like this for us. So we felt like, you know what? Rather than watching the same Marvel and DC movies, let's make a movie that we can enjoy. And that's what we got. So thank you guys for coming.
So at this point, I'm going to kind of hand it over to the floor and ask if anyone has any questions that they want to ask these guys. Yeah? What's the question?
What was the biggest challenge you had when you were concepting the movie?
Yeah, it's a good answer. Should I just give a quick overview of what we're doing actually in London right now?
Yeah.
So I think I'll give you guys what we're doing here is when this thing came out, it's got a couple of really big social media people in it. There's a really big star from Pakistan. Her name is Yumna Zaidi. She's very well known in that field. And so it went really well all over the world. Because of that, we got a lot of opportunities. And so people are asking us, what's happening with it now? And what happened was we got an offer from a company to turn it into a very large epic comic book series. And what even I didn't know about was that right now comics are the biggest they've ever been in the history of comics for the past 100 years. So when we got this offer, we said, yeah, this is actually a very smart maneuver, because now we're seeing that there's mainstream interest in an idea like this to flush out the universe, the characters, the villains, as well as the main characters in the show as well. So we took it, we made the comic book, and then it started attracting a lot of attention from Hollywood as well as the comic book industry. So are you guys familiar with a show called The Boys from Amazon? Yeah. You guys like it? Yeah. All right, so the guy who created The Boys is working on this project as well with us. So he's doing episode 3 and 4 right now as well, and is going to be involved in this project too. We've got a lot of big comic book talent as well. And so what happened was they invited us to London Comic Con to introduce it here worldwide in a panel. So this is really the first time we've ever shown it to anybody in this form. And we'll be doing a panel tomorrow at 3 o'clock at the London Comic Con. So if any of you guys are available or free, please come down and visit us over there. It should be a lot of fun. So that's really the context of what is it. Now to answer your question, what were the challenges? Every single day has been a challenge in the movie business and now in the comic business. It's like one of those businesses where you only get into it if you thrive under pressure and you like a new problem arising, probably in the PR business, same as if you enjoy a new problem coming out every day, every minute, and then you want to tackle it, that's what this business is really about. Wouldn't you say the same thing as for the comic book?
It was. I mean, so I used to do. I I'm a movie star now. But I've been doing social media for a really long time, and it's hard. It's not easy. But this stuff is on a whole nother level, literally. So I had to maneuver, the way I think, the way I do things, and it's really been like a daily battle. Every single day something goes wrong, and I'm Arabi, I'm Iraqi, I'm mad as hell all the time. And if I'm hungry, I'm even madder.
That's true. That's very true.
So I gotta hold myself, and I wanna punch some people in the face, you know what I'm saying? But I go, you're supposed to be a hero, man. You're supposed to be a good guy. So it's really been a challenge, but it's honestly worth it. Like I'm a chemical engineer, so I had to do that for my parents. And I'm so happy. I'd rather work 80 hours a day, 80 hours a week doing this than an hour as an engineer, even though I enjoyed it. But it's just crazy how when you really do something that you're passionate about and you love, it doesn't feel like work. So yeah.
So how did you go from chemical engineer to this?
So basically, it started off where I had to do chemical engineering. Right? We all know any parents in the audience?
Yeah.
Where?
Me?
Oh, you're not like a real, you're gonna be one of those parents later on. But basically I really had to do something. And I was like, you know what, I'm good at math, I'm good at chemistry, let's make it happen. And then I started doing social media as just an outlet, you know, just a way to you know, enjoy what I do and what I love making people laugh. And then, you know, social media started doing really, really well. And this guy and his partner, he was a director. So he was making feature films. And he saw one of my videos where I basically, I pranked my mom. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but basically I got a tattoo of her face on my arm. And I was like,
Hilarious.
Mama, what do you think? And she, oh my God, that's so real! She starts hitting herself, she starts hitting me. And then she grabbed a sponge and started to scrub it off. So he liked that video and he's like, wow, this guy's a really good actor, blah, blah, blah. And then we just got introduced and we're here now. So it's just been one thing, one step at a time. So, yeah. Any other questions? My man over there.
What has been your greatest challenge so far? You did say in the beginning that you're the first Arab superhero, which is obviously impressive.
Thank you.
Nobody in the Middle East came up with the idea before you did. So you must have faced some kind of deception, positive or negative. What has been your first and foremost the biggest challenge, and what was the reception like in the Middle East?
Honestly, the biggest challenge was just making sure that we're creating something that's just not corny and cringe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy to fall into that path. And I hope you guys saw that with this trailer. It's awesome. It's epic. Like, it looks real. That car that you guys saw, it's a real car this guy designed, and it's in his garage right now. And I was driving it all day. All the baby girls like, what's up? I was, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. I'm trying to get the, you know, the marriage happening. So that really honestly was just making sure that we go into detail on every little thing. I mean, we'd write something, and then I'll go home and I'll be in the bathroom thinking, and then I'll call this guy up like, yeah, we gotta change it. He's like, oh damn. How many times did we change the script?
Every day.
Literally. And we're literally constantly trying to make it better and better. So I think that's the most challenging part, is just not being okay with just okay. We want it to be perfect, you know? And then the perception is pretty cool. I mean, I think it's a good thing that I'm an American Arab, because if I was just an Arab like in the Middle East, no one would have cared. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality of the situation. So it really, it sounds cool to the Middle Eastern, like, oh my God, an American Arab superhero. And even the American Arabs are really, everybody's been supportive, and I really want to thank you guys again for coming out, and I swear it's really nice to see the London folk, you know what I'm saying? You guys are awesome. I'm trying to learn the accent, yeah, I'm not really doing it well, but I'm getting there. But yeah, so hope that answered the question. Thanks. Anybody else? Yes, hello.
I was wondering what your target audience would be. Would you look at, was it just aimed for children, young children, or would you look at aiming it for adults? Would you want to progress and create like little, cartoon characters? Would you want to evolve it? Is this a single movie? Are you going to bring out part 2? Is it seasonal?
Damn.
So we'll try to answer all.
Get off the couch. Here, man.
We'll try to answer all 12 questions in one question. So we have a lot of exciting things happening with the project right now. I'm not allowed to talk about all of them. What I am allowed to talk about is what we're here in London for, which is we are introducing a very large-scale concept with the comic book, which answers all of those questions. It's a multi-part epic story, but still it's got comedy in it, but it talks about the, I guess, the trials and tribulations of the characters, the villains they come across, and how they're doing it in a larger universe, which is also based within our reality, while, his mom in the story is still trying to get him married off and all those things. Who is it aimed for? And this is what I always tell people, is that I always believe that you can make things that are aimed for everybody. And that's what we really have tried to do. People say, well, are they brown heroes? Are they Arabic heroes? Are they, what are? I said, no, they're just heroes. They're characters that everybody should fall in love with, right? Whether you're a little kid in America, or a young lady in Pakistan, or someone growing up in Saudi Arabia, you should have something that you find in common. If you're an Italian family, you should find the family stuff relatable in this as well. And if you like superheroes, you should like this costume I designed. If you like fast cars and action adventure, you should like the car in the movie as well too. So we put in something for everybody. And actually my philosophy is this. This is not an idea that's trying to target one particular group. This is an idea to unite everybody, no matter who you are. Young or old, male or female, doesn't matter. And that's what we want to do with all the products we make. I hope that answered your question.
Great, thank you.
Yes. You. Thanks. Yeah.
Oh, so I just wanted to ask, this superhero, how is it different from other superheroes? What superpowers that have that is different?
Yeah. So as you know, first of all, there's like a monopoly on superheroes right now. Marvel and DC, right? Marvel movies, DC movies. Number one, this is created by us. Everything you see is created by us. And how is it a little bit unique? I'll tell you the main thing we feel that makes it unique. And you can tell us that when you rewatch the trailer one day on a proper screen, and you can let us know. We want it to be extremely authentic. So the superhero stuff, the action adventure, really cool. But when you go inside of, let's say, the Arabic household, or you talk about the relationships between the mother and the son, that kind of stuff, we don't want it to feel like it's pandering to anybody. Or I'll give you a quick example. And some people are gonna laugh at this, some people are not, but you know, as brown guys growing up, you know, sometimes your mom might hit you, you know what I mean? It happens. Yeah, right.
No, all the time.
Right.
Go to your room.
Yeah. So those little things, we think that's where the comedy and the humor is. We think that's the really funny stuff that you can't really show it in American TV because they're like, no, but that's where the reality sometimes lies. And if you can ride that line and you can tell those little nuggets of truth within a fun, cool story, that's what could make it very different. And that's what we're trying to do in this show. We even showed a little bit of the trailer there, but we're getting really, really deep into it in the comic book, as well as the show I can't talk to you about.
I have a question, because it seems that, as you mentioned, that a lot of people like Hollywood is interested in mainstream media, but it seems that like the way they typecast Muslim characters, either as extremists or the hijab, the woman in hijab takes off a headscarf for a white guy. So how do you kind of fight that? How do you fight that typecasting that Hollywood wants? And have you faced any pressure because of that? Because you don't fit into predefined roles.
So we are very different people. Me and him both. We're very similar in our visions in that we believe that there is absolutely nothing that you cannot accomplish in this world. So if you watch this trailer, you'll see we made the car, we made the story, we made the costumes, we made the show, and we made the comic book. Same people making everything. I think as a group of people, we have a tendency to always believe or ask ourselves, how come they don't let us do this? And I say, well, guess what? You are the they. We have to tell our own stories, and we have to be in control of what we make. And when you are, you're free to do whatever you want to do. If you're willing to take the risk, and if you're willing to face what comes with that. And to be honest with you, we've been very blessed to get this far. I've been very blessed in my career to have been able to do this over and over and over again. And what I realize is that we ask ourselves those questions because sometimes we are scared of failure. And once you eliminate failure out of your mind, you can achieve amazing things. All the other amazing things that every other human being has achieved. Oh man, listen, I could fight a war tomorrow. And I would win.
You've got the costume for it.
Yeah, ready now.
Question back there.
I really want to know your inspirations. What are your favorite comic books to read? Who are your favorite superheroes?
He's got a great answer.
So this whole entire idea was developed and created in his basement. It's like the most desi basement ever. They got the Pakistani flag up top and pictures of his whole family and stuff. And we're just sitting there and talking about these things, right? And you know, he's a designer, so he's like, "Yo, what superheroes do you like? What do you want your superhero to look like? You know, this is yours." So I started thinking about it. I'm like, man, you know, I've always loved Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? he kind of looks like one of my uncles, you know what I'm saying? He looks kind of happy, bro. He got the beard, you know, he's always mad. I mean, I related to him. And then I also like Gladiator. You guys remember, are you not entertained, right? So those two characters were my favorite characters. So this guy was like, okay. And then boom, you got this costume, right? So he literally developed it based off of what I liked. And then same for him. Go ahead and explain your...
You know, to go deep into your answer, when I was a little kid, one of my favorite movies was Superman, and I still, my earliest memories is sitting cross-legged as a little kid, watching a TV in my mom and dad's room when we had parties downstairs and I'd be upstairs, a little kid, and I heard the music, bumpin' bumpin', bump 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 bump, and to this day it still gives me goosebumps. And that was one of the inspirations. So I wanted to make stuff when I grew up. I wanted to be a film director. And so I think I probably amalgamated all the things from Transformers and Superman and Batman and Robotech and all these things that we grew up watching. And you end up seeing a little bit of design cues in everything that we see, but then twisted into something new in my mind. So I try to put all the things I love into what I like. And I thought to myself, if I had to be a superhero one day, what would I want to be like? And what kind of car would I want to drive? And I put that in the show. And you know what it is? It's almost like you're creating your own world, your own fantasy to live in. You can kind of create heaven on earth. You really can. And we have done that. We're very blessed to be able to do that right now. So.
Time for one more question. Yep, Shazia.
You mentioned that Hollywood is taking notice and that we're becoming getting more and more exposure and more people are noticing. Is there a collaboration with this Marvel on the horizon?
You know, I'm going to tell you right now, there's been a lot of inquiries about this project. And we made this deal for the comic books about 6 months ago. And we released that trailer a few months before, so everything's happening very fast. Comic-Con came, we were on the BBC in the morning today. We'll be on Sky News tomorrow and BBC again, I believe, the day after. So we are open to everything, but I'll tell you the next big milestone, we just got invited to San Diego Comic-Con to do another panel about comics or superheroes from emerging markets. So the answer to your question would be like, we are not going to say no to anything. But at the same time, we have a specific vision. We will not waver from that. It doesn't matter what the money is, it doesn't matter what the opportunity is. We want to do what we believe this idea should be, which is remain authentic and remain sincere and remain cool at the end of the day. So.
Thank you for coming.
Have a big round of applause. Thank you so much to Canon for hosting. And honestly, these guys have been such a hectic schedule, but then for them to obviously make time tonight for an exclusive is really, really appreciated. So, bit of logistics and housekeeping in a second.